Daily Pink Slip.
From muted musicians to heralded heroes, we're counting down the 10 most expensive autographs in the world. Number 10, Babe Ruth's baseball. Let's face it, when you have a candy bar named after you, you've made it in life. And when the legendary Babe Ruth's autograph is found on a pristine white baseball, you know it's going to command a small fortune. Gifted by Babe Ruth's widow to the Hollywood publicist William Stroll for his work in the 1948 film The Babe Ruth Story, this ball was graded mint 9.5 and is regarded as the finest that there is. It sold at a 2012 auction in Baltimore for $388,375 after an intense bidding war. However, it is estimated that the signed candy bar might be worth millions more. Number 9, Hank Aaron's home run ball. Hammer and Hank Aaron hit the last of his 755 home runs in July of 1976 at Milwaukee's County Stadium. The ball was retrieved by a diehard fan and part-time groundskeeper Rich Arndt, who refused to hand over the ball to an equipment manager rather than Aaron himself. Arndt was fired the next day for stealing Brewers' property, and weeks later Aaron refused to sign the ball. Long story short, multiple unsuccessful attempts were made by the Brewers, Aaron, and other entities to take back the ball. Aaron was eventually duped into signing the ball 18 years later in 1994, and Arndt finally sold the ball in 1999 for a fee of $650,000 at auction. Despite everything, Arndt donated 25% of the proceeds to Aaron's Chasing the Dream Foundation, which benefits underprivileged children. But let me ask you this. If you caught that baseball as an employee, would you have handed it over to your boss, or do you think you're entitled to keep it as a fan? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Number 8, Button Gwinnett. You'd probably have to be an American history buff to recognize the name Button Gwinnett. One of the more obscure founding fathers, his signature can be found on the left side of the Declaration of Independence. Gwinnett's signature is exceptionally rare given that his family had disappeared by the 1800s and that he was killed at the age of 42 in a duel. An unsuccessful businessman, many of his signatures that do exist are IOUs. Of the 56 signatures known, 41 are housed in libraries and museums, leaving few left for collectors to quibble over. The most recent signature for sale was sold by Sotheby's in New York in 2010 for a whopping $722,500. Number 7, Babe Ruth's All-Star Game home run ball. The Babe is back with another ball, this time the 1933 All-Star Game home run ball at Chicago's Comiskey Park. Retrieved by Gary Brown in the right field bleachers, the ball remained in his family for 73 years until they decided to sell it in order to raise money for his daughter-in-law who needed medical care. In 2006, the ball was sold in Pittsburgh by Hunt Auctions. While the auction house estimated the ball's value at $75,000 to $125,000, it actually sold to an anonymous bidder for $805,000. Number 6, John Lennon's murderer signed LP. On December 8, 1980, Mark Chapman shot John Lennon 4 times in the back after having Lennon sign his copy, Double Fantasy, just 5 hours earlier. The signed album soon became evidence during the murder trial, where Chapman was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. The LP was later given to the man who found it in the bushes and graciously handed over for the trial. After changing hands several times since, it sold for $850,000 in 2010. It is now currently available for the asking price of $1.5 million as of July 2017, brokered by Moments in Time. So if you want it, now's your chance. Number 5, Babe Ruth's 1919 Yankees contract. Shocker, it's another Babe Ruth signature, but this time it's the 1919 contract that sold the Babe from the Boston Red Sox to the New York Yankees. This contract apparently had the fine print that read, "Includes the curse of the Bambino," as the Red Sox would not win another World Series for the next 85 years. The contract was sold by Sotheby's auction house for $996,000 in 2005 to winner Pete Siegel, who squirreled it away for later, just like this little guy. Number 4, Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation.
Hey, Lincoln. Did you say Abe Lincoln?
Yes, we said Abe Lincoln. The Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 freed millions from slavery during the Civil War. In 1864, Honest Abe signed a total of 48 copies that were sold for raising medical funds for Union soldiers, of which only 26 are known to have survived. While most of these can be viewed at universities, historical societies, and libraries across the country, 8 of these copies are privately owned. One of these surfaced in 2010, the previous owner being Robert F. Kennedy, who bought it in 1964 for $9,500 at the time. It was sold for $3.7 million. Talk about a return on investment. Number 3, James Naismith's Rules of Basketball. It's no secret that the University of Kansas is home to one of the most elite NCAA basketball programs in the country. It seems like these guys know basketball inside and out. Well, they should, because they invented the damn game. Dr. James Naismith was charged with the task of creating a game that would keep his class of 18 young men busy during a harsh New England winter. In 1891, James laid out the foundation for modern-day basketball, and the rest, they say, is history. The whopping 2-page instruction manual was sold by Sotheby's in New York City in 2010 to David Booth for the razzle-dazzling amount of $4.3 million. Let's put that in perspective. That's roughly 215,000 basketballs. Good grief. Booth went on to donate the pages back to KU, where visitors can still view the original pages behind a protective case today. Number 2. William Shakespeare. Often regarded as the greatest playwright of all time, a large portion of Shakespeare's history is quite speculative, particularly regarding his relationship to Paul Giamatti. Despite writing scores of plays and poems, only 6 Shakespeare autographs are believed to be authentic, miraculously surviving since the 1600s. All 6 signatures are attached to legal documents, 3 of which are on his will, 2 of which were associated with his deed and mortgage for his house, and 1 for his testimony in a legal case. His autograph is valued at $5 million on these documents. However, if affixed to a handwritten play, his signature may be worth more than 10 times that amount. Number 1. George Washington's Acts of Congress. One of the most valuable pieces of literature in American history, Acts of Congress was George Washington's personal copy of the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and a record of the acts passed by the first Congress in New York in 1789. The book includes Washington's signature, personal annotations, and an engraved memorial book plate. After passing through several private collectors, Sotheby's put the book back on the auction block in 2012. Bidder and Bookout immediately dropped $9.8 million to secure the book, and the auction was over in 5 minutes.
I think she's got it. By George, she's got it. By George, she's got it.
Bookout, who serves as a Mount Vernon Ladies Association Regent of the Board, placed the book in the Fred W. Smith National Library for the Study of George Washington, which opened its doors in the fall of 2013.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We put up brand new videos every week, so hit that subscribe button and you won't miss a single one. And remember, if you watched this video at work and you still have a job, then you just dodged the Daily Pink Slip.